Today we're going to meet my 1985 Mazda 929, or in inverted commas, Cosmo. I couldn't actually get a real Cosmo, so I've tried to make this one close to a real Cosmo, with the guard mirrors and the Cosmo tail lights and stuff. Bit of a sad story with this car. I've had it for about 6 years, and in that time I've only actually done about a week's worth of driving in it. It's currently not running. It's got no compression on the rear rotor, and have unfortunately been a victim of vandalism, so got some smashed glass to deal with. Luckily just the glass and not any actual panel damage, which I guess is a good thing. I've got glass coming for it, which is also good. But today we're going to have a quick look around this thing, talk a bit about it, and I'm going to be pulling the motor and gearbox out. I'm going to start with the gearbox because I need that for a customer's car. And I've got something else up my sleeve in terms of gearbox to this car and possibly engine package. So yeah, let's have a look around and let's get into it. Oh, years ago when I was a young lad, I used to work at a crash shop, and I was always the guy that had to clean up broken glass. It's not a fun job. No matter how hard you try, you think you've got rid of all the glass, there's always a little bit somewhere that rears its ugly head. That should do for now, I reckon. So just a little bit about the car. It's a Series 4 13B turbo. It's got a GT35 on it with a 50mm external wastegate, 1600cc injectors, and it's run by a Haltech E6K. It's got an aluminium radiator, oil cooler. It's got an intercooler sandwiched down in the front here. A lot of work was done to maintain the air conditioning, so the air conditioning is not actually working. I'm planning on getting it working, but the condenser and everything's all still in here, so none of that was, had to be getting rid of to fit the intercooler in, which was quite a task on the front of these with the flip-up headlights and everything. The car's got 17-inch BBS wheels. And other than that, it's not really much else. Going to be pulling this motor and box out today, and I'm eventually getting something else to go back in. Oh my god, glass everywhere. It's a good way to keep it quiet. Must have had a road noise issue when it was going. Success. Have a look under here, you can see This is the front mount. This is the air conditioning condenser, and that's the radiator behind it. So a lot of work went into, there's a custom bar here that mounts the intercooler, and you see up in there where the hoses come in, the T-bolt clamps there. Fair bit trimmed out of the radiator support panel and stuff, but it's still a bit of a challenge to get it to work with the pop-up headlights and everything without taking too much strength out of the radiator support panel, just cutting out some of the sheet tin that's there and not trying to cut into any of the heavy stuff. Got our oil cooler, which barely clears the sway bar. This is probably my favourite part of the car. This is the screamer pipe. Plumbs back into the rest of the exhaust for legalities, as you can see, just by the back wheel here. Got a 3-inch system with a hot dog and a couple of mufflers at the back to try and keep it really quiet, because I wanted it to be really quiet. Nothing else really that exciting under here. There's a wastegate. Got an AEM wideband in this, I reckon, which I'll probably borrow for another build. And a lot of surface rust from leaky brake fluid, so that's gonna have to be addressed, probably in a future episode. For now, let's grab out this gearbox. I'm very carefully going to remove my wideband O2 sensor. Hopefully without damaging it. Of course I dropped it on the ground. Ah! Maybe I can get the air ratchet on there. This has literally made my day. Undoing tail shaft bolts with the spanner sucks. Now, I can't remember how this comes out. Yeah, I have to do something like this. There we go. Don't worry, I will get a proper drain pan one day. But for now, the bucket is fine. Alright, now I should be able to drop this thing out. Start with a hard bolt. This is going to be fun. Maybe I'll lower the car down some more. I can see myself purchasing a trans lifter in the near future. All right, a little bit of trickery, but it's out. Definitely gonna have to buy myself a trans lifter, but yeah, it's out. Can't pull the engine out today because my engine crane's not here, so have to wait for another time. So the HB is just going to rest down here for a bit while I get onto some other jobs, and I need to get my engine crane here because I haven't done that yet. So in the next episode I'll have my engine crane here and we're going to pull the motor out and possibly do a couple other things. I'm going to pull the motor out, should I say. And the turbo and wastegate and everything on this car is going to get used in the black car because I've got some plans for that thing. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to subscribe, it helps me out massively. Check out the links below for Instagram, my website, merch, and also Patreon if you're interested in supporting the channel.